Hello!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wulff Den Live 170, the one where I try to learn how to smile because life is pain.
I thought you put your fingers on your eyes.
Nope.
And I was like, uh-oh.
Aren't I grim and gritty? Isn't this a Woody character study?
He's doing, for the listeners here, he's doing the Joker thing with his fingers in his mouth,
Give me
trying to
an
make himself
Oscar.
smile. Okay.
That hurts. That really hurts.
So I wonder if he's going to get his mouth cut by the end of that movie.
I don't know. I don't
To
want
give himself that smile.
I don't want to. I don't think they're going that route. I think they're just going the permanent.
Then why is his fingers always in his mouth?
Because he doesn't know how to smile. He doesn't know how to make himself happy.
Then he did it to the kid. All right. Well, anyway.
I don't think that was. I think that was him as a kid. I don't want to get into it too much because I got opinions on it.
Thanks for the $2. We're going to, by the way.
Probably. Yeah.
YouTube Premium is giving out free super chats. So hi. Oh. I have YouTube Premium. What's up with that? I might have to get Spotify. Will.
Really?
Yeah. YouTube Premium gives you ad-free viewing on YouTube, but it also comes with Google Play Music.
Yeah.
So why have Spotify? You can get Google Play Music. There's a lot more good Japanese stuff on on Spotify. Google Play is kind of lacking there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, hi everybody. Hi John Bono Corsi. Hello Hayden. Hello Who Hunter. Hello Seth. Hello Sean. Hello Seth again. Hello Trippy. Too many Seths. Fight to the death. Hello everybody.
Hello anyone and everyone who was here.
We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're back from PAX.
Yes.
Hello. We had a good time. Hope you had a good time while we were there.
Yeah.
First thing, well, we got to talk about all these games that are leaking for the Switch. As much as I don't want to talk about it because they're just rumors.
Right.
We don't really know what's happening.
Correct.
Best Buy leaked a bunch of games supposedly. That's the big one.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch Online NES games that have now been announced and are coming out in April.
Yes.
Yes.
Did they say when in April?
Well, let's take a look, shall
Usually
we?
like the middle of the month. April 10th.
April 10th, we got it's the big one, boys. We got, shut up, Twitch, Twitter. We got Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels.
Yeah.
Which is the original Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan.
It is, Bob. I knew that. That's the original.
We got Punch-Out! Featuring Mr. Dream, says the Nintendo of America website.
Well, it's very important because they don't want to get your hopes up and think you're going to get Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Right.
Because they legally can't sell Mike Tyson's
It's the same
Punch-Out.
game, just with
Mr. Dream instead of Mike Tyson. Yeah, but
did they just whitewash him? They did.
Well, I don't think Mike Tyson was in the Japanese version.
Whatever he was just fighting looked like Mike Tyson, but white.
It was basically white Mike Tyson.
That's messed up. And Star Soldier.
Yeah.
Who cares? The Japanese are getting the same games. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought they already got the Lost Levels, but apparently not. They got the American Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Brothers USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those we are going to get on April 10th. So congratulations, everybody.
Yes.
Lost Levels. This is the NES version that I don't think had a commercial release. It didn't during the NES life cycle.
No, it was only released officially in America as part of Super Mario All-Stars. Correct. It was the first time it was originally released.
But that's a different version.
Right, that's a remake of it, basically.
It doesn't look like this at all.
They did release the Lost Levels, like the original NES version of the Lost Levels, on the Wii Virtual Console.
Right.
That was the first time the original version of the game was available in America.
Right. And now here it is again.
Yes.
So
for all of you to get mad at because it's too hard.
This is a nice little gem.
Yeah.
It is very hard. I have never beaten it.
Yeah.
There's this one little gap that just seems impossible. So maybe now I'll beat it. I look forward to playing more of the original Super Mario Brothers, but a harder version of it. So check that out. April what?
10th.
April 10th. All right.
Jose Escada with $2. I like the fake direct you did for April Fools.
I didn't. That would be IGN.
Yes.
I thought they've had better April Fool's jokes.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. Bruce Patrick with $5 $5. Hey guys, did y'all play Mortal Kombat on the Switch while at PAX? How does it run? We didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance.
Why didn't we get a chance, Will?
Line was always too long.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't like us.
Yeah.
We got other things to play because other people will let us have appointments, but Nintendo won't. Eric with $2. I have YouTube Premium, but it made me pay for this. Lizdrin, you need to educate everybody on how they could use their free super chat.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea. Also, Mr. Meech, thanks for 6 months of being a subscriber. And Aiden, thanks for being a member here on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now we can get into the Best Buy leaks. Will,
Yes.
according to Wario64, our best friend on Twitter, he says, on top of Persona 5 for the Switch being in Best Buy's employee system, there's also a listing for Metroid Prime Trilogy for Nintendo Switch. So Best Buy has a listing in their back-end system
Yes.
for Metroid Prime Trilogy and Persona 5. And he follows that up with, all right, Best Buy is wild. Now there's a listing for The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past for Switch. Not making any of this up. Link's Awakening is already on Best Buy system, so it's not a mistake. I'd like to disagree with that last statement and say it could very much easily be a mistake.
Yeah.
And then he says, this concludes tonight's Nintendo Direct. The Best Buy has pulled the Persona 5 Switch, Metroid Prime Trilogy Switch, and Link to the Past Switch listings from their internal systems as of this morning. Just to clarify on the Best Buy thing, the Switch listings are still there in its RSS, but not on their Core Blue system. I don't know what that means.
I think that's like their internal like tracking thing.
Basically, the listings are still there in one form. It being deleted or not means nothing anyway until they're officially announced. That last part is very true.
Yes.
So Metroid Prime Trilogy, we're all expecting that.
That's a big one. I keep saying I would love to see that on the Switch.
Yeah, but I think it's like all but pretty much confirmed for that.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure we're getting a Metroid Prime Trilogy. Mm-hmm. Like there's no, like that's been heavily rumored for a long time now. What's Persona 5? I think we heard rumors about already.
Well, that's interesting because the Persona games has always been like a Sony series, like exclusive to the Sony system. So that would be a big deal if it came to the Switch.
No. I think that's another one of those things where it's on whatever's the more popular console. Isn't it like a Monster Hunter situation?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll look that up.
I mean, well, the core Persona series is always on one console, but then they have like the other stuff, like the dancing all night and the fighting games and all that stuff. That just branches out everywhere. So it's not like an exclusive franchise or anything.
Revelations Persona, originally for the PlayStation. Persona 2, PlayStation. Persona 3, PS2. Persona 4, PS2 and Vita. Persona 5, PS3, and PS4.
Oh, all right. So it is. So the main lines have been Sony exclusives.
Yeah.
Okay. No PC ports or anything like that?
There was a PC port of the first one.
Okay.
But everything else seems to be Sony games.
I wouldn't put it past Persona 5 coming to the Switch because we're getting freaking the Joker.
Yeah, Joker, and not the Joker.
Right,
Joker.
A Joker.
Yeah,
we're getting Joker for Smash. So I'm not too surprised about Persona 5 coming to the Switch. I mean, why not? It would behoove them to put it on. The popular console.
Cloud got put into Smash for Wii U, and we didn't get a Final Fantasy game on a Nintendo platform until we didn't get Final Fantasy VII on a Nintendo platform until the Switch.
Right.
So it could take a while.
They were working their way over there. I
guess
they were working on it. I mean, why would they want to put a Final Fantasy game on the Wii U?
True.
On the Switch, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And these other publishers are starting to see that too. Mm-hmm. But the big one is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for Switch. I don't think this makes any sense. I think this is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Not a mistake.
I feel like if anything, A Link to the Past, they would throw that into, the Super Nintendo games that they're going to put, as part of Switch Online.
So, we're getting what the hell is it called? Link's Awakening.
Yeah, a remake of that.
We're getting a remake of Link's Awakening. So, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for Switch. That's all it says.
Yeah.
So, is this going to be another remake just like Link's Awakening?
Yeah.
Or is this just the SNES game but a standalone version, which doesn't make any sense because they're going to have, or they already have NES games in one app called Nintendo Switch Online, NES games. So, you would think that the Super Nintendo games, they would do the same thing.
Unless, maybe they are going to do a Link to the Past, like a remake like they're doing for Link's Awakening. But that would be weird if they were to do that.
If they were to decide to do it now, Link's Awakening isn't done yet.
That's what I'm going to say. Link's Awakening isn't out yet. It's probably, like you said, it probably isn't even done yet. And that's a lot of Zelda remakes that they're putting out like one right on top of the other. There was that rumor that the guys who made Xenoblade are working on a Zelda game, but
yes,
I mean, I doubt this would be it
because they hired a bunch of they hired the studio, didn't they? Something happened. There was some rumor where they but apparently they've done that before.
Yeah.
Or they hired people who worked on Zelda to work on Xenoblade, something like that.
Yeah.
But that would be presumably for the next Zelda game, not like a remake of Link to the Past. Unless they're putting a Link to the Past in frickin' the Breath of the Wild universe, which would be wacky.
That would be wacky.
But again, I don't think that's it. I think this was just a mistake. Because it's not like Best Buy and Nintendo have like this like relationship,
Well, Best Buy has done a lot of like the Smash Brothers like things.
That is true.
And like what's it called? The Nintendo World Championships from a few years ago. Those were all at Best Buy.
But I mean, like, who is the one who puts listings like this on their POS? Who's doing that?
Yeah.
It's like a schmuck like me or you.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, the friggin' blah, 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 and they just type it in.
Yeah.
It's literally, you just type it in, you hit enter, and then it's there. So, like, that guy was like, I guess they're working on a Metroid game, blah, 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 and then puts it in. We see this all the time.
Unless
it never means that
we know a schmuck who works at Best Buy, right?
Yes, we know several.
Shouldn't we like ask him how this could happen or why this would
I
happen?
actually did today.
Oh, yeah?
I asked a Best Buy employee, like I said, who's doing this? And he like, just some schmuck, right? And he's like, yeah, it's just like somebody like one of us who just like types in it. So
this could all be a big prank.
Well, I don't know I don't know if somebody's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, like it's somebody's job to put the newest games up in their POS. So this guy just must have thought that Metroid, like we see this all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's legit, and a lot of times it's not legit at all.
Sometimes it's people just throwing in things into their program just to anticipate an announcement. Like Amazon does this. They'll fill up a listing of things that they think are coming.
Yes. So it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So let's not get our hopes too high on this. I mean, it'd be really cool, but again, I'm expecting Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like if anything, that's gonna come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NES Online app is already structured to support Super Nintendo games. There's a listing in that source code that has room for Super Nintendo games. So it doesn't make sense for them to just put one Super Nintendo game unless it's going to be a remaster. So this is weird. This is weird to me. I don't buy it. But it's there. There's a rumor. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody.
Graham Denham. Wulff Den, I'm the zombie from PAX Days Gone booth who screeched your name.
Wait, who?
Graham Denman in the chat.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
That was great.
So the Days Gone booth had like zombies, apparently, like zombie actors. And we were walking by and James was filming them, and where is his name? Graham Denham?
Graham Denman.
Graham, I have it here. Graham Denman was one of the zombies and went, Wulff Den.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, man. I pooped my pants. And then we got a video of it. D-Dub says, Bob, that's not how it works. These are huge systems and networks for giant distributors. You're an idiot sometimes. Oh, are you working on one of these huge systems and giant networks? It's not like there's like some like like conspiracy. There's like some group of like insiders who are like, oh, by the way, Best Buy, we're gonna have these games. You better put them in your system. No.
Yeah.
When the day that they announce these games, then they tell these people, you know.
Yeah.
Or at least leading up to it.
Unless, you know, because sometimes the stores have to know well in advance before like they make the announcement.
They gotta like give them the promotional material and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not as like secretive as everybody is thinking that it is. You know, like Nintendo's the only people that know what's gonna happen next. You know. Mm-hmm. Like there was the case where GameStop employees leaked the next Call of Duty game because they got the posters first. But that's a freaking poster.
Right.
You know? It's not as simple as just a text field.
Right.
That could easily just be some guy who just writes in some text field, you know?
Yeah.
Not everything is like this big massive system, you know? It's literally just a text field that somebody writes in. You know? And yes, it could very well be that they're gearing up for some big, you know, Link to the Past release, but that just doesn't make sense because they already are coming out with a different game this year.
Yeah.
It would make no sense for them to do both. You gotta look at the context, man.
Yeah. I mean, Metroid Prime Trilogy makes sense because they canceled the one game, so they might be able to port over the trilogy to get it out this year. So they still have a Metroid game in here.
And that's been rumored for over a year now.
Yeah.
And we've seen other retailers posting Metroid Prime Trilogy. Last freaking, what was it? Like, last freaking Black Friday, we were seeing listings for the Metroid Prime Trilogy. We saw listings for Rage 2. We saw listings for Far Cry something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, again, it doesn't take all this with a grain of salt. Doesn't necessarily mean anything at all.
Right.
Wesley says, not really. GameStop puts listings up ahead of time and then simply puts a December 20XX date on to hold it. Just to show it's coming. Companies put this information out all the time to hold place. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
GameStop also, honored a 15-year pre-order for Duke Nukem Forever.
Yes.
Because, they announced it and then they just kept pushing it back.
The longest pre-order I saw when I worked there was Aliens Colonial Marines.
Damn.
Yeah.
Feel bad for
like
that
when
guy.
I started working there, they had it, and then, it took forever, and then it came out and nobody liked it. AJ says, to be fair, wouldn't be the first time Nintendo double dipped on a franchise in a year. True.
Yeah.
It'd be really weird to have a remake, though.
Yeah.
Like two
full-fledged remakes of a Zelda game.
Yeah.
Zelda games are big games.
Yeah. I mean, a remake and a port, fine. But it wouldn't make any sense to have a port of a Super Nintendo game when we're going to have
Super Nintendo
when we're
collection.
expecting a collection of Super Nintendo games.
Especially because, Best Buy, they sell physical copies, so that would assume that, the port is going to get a physical release, which doesn't seem likely at all.
Right. Yeah, it's another thing. Best Buy doesn't do, as far as I saw, they don't do digital codes, right? I didn't see any. I was trying to find, like, them having digital codes.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. So that also doesn't make any sense to do a Super Nintendo game like that. Unless maybe next year they're making a freaking Link to the Past, which also wouldn't make sense because they're working on a mainline Zelda game.
Yeah.
With freaking Xenoblade people.
Yeah.
Justin says Link to the Past could be a 3DS game. It says Link to the Past for Switch in the listing.
Yeah.
At least that's what Wario said. Does it say it on? No, it says Nintendo Switch. Compatible platforms, Nintendo Switch. But again, that could be a mistake. I mean, it seems obvious this whole thing was a mistake because it shouldn't have even come out at all. All right. Well, there's more leaks.
Right, because on top of that...
Speaking of Zelda...
Stealth 40K on Twitter said, I don't know what the Best Buy Link to the Past listing is, but according to a few sources, Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD are both coming to the Switch eShop. Might be related to the Best Buy listing, might not. This is just a rumor, so grains of salt and all of that.
He's leaked stuff before, this guy. I think he leaked like Smash Brothers fighters and whatnot.
Okay.
So This guy's kind of a little bit of an industry insider.
Right.
I mean, his Twitter thing says global market research by day, Nintendo/JRPG fan by night, frequent video game podcast / video guest. Hey, we got to get him on here.
Yeah.
And then he says, I took down my original post as I got a little bit more information and I wanted to make it clear that the Best Buy listing might not be related to this rumor. The primary source of this is someone who told me about over 15 games way earlier than when they were announced, so I was confident enough to post it, but it really is a rumor until official. I enjoy how much Reset Era hates me. There's not a more vile website. Like I said, this is a rumor from people who have told me many correct things in the past that I have talked publicly about. I am not an insider, just someone who hears cool things from them every now and then. This I'm buying.
Yeah,
Because this seems easy.
This makes more sense than A Link to the Past getting like a full physical release.
Yeah.
You know, those two games, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD, they could port those to the Switch easily. And that I can see getting a physical version if you bundle the two games in one.
Well, he's saying eShop.
Right. But if Best Buy is selling them, maybe they entered A Link to the Past by mistake. And what they really mean is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Mm. So, Twilight Princess got an HD release, right?
Yeah, on the Wii U.
Why isn't it showing up? Twilight Princess, Twilight Princess. Okay, there it is. There we go. We got it. Yeah, so this was like right at the end of the Wii U's life cycle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, no, this makes perfect sense because this is just simple and easy for them to do. It was already on the Wii U. Slop it on over to the Switch. Why not? This makes perfect sense. eShop, that's weird. I would expect like what you're saying, like a bundle or like a physical release.
Well, I feel like, you know, eShop, because they're ports of... Oh, no, because then Super Mario U, like that got a physical release too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these are older.
These are older and they're two games instead of one.
Right.
So I'm thinking on the eShop, they'll sell them separately, but if you buy the physical version, you'll get both of them in one package.
Possibly.
Yeah. Or they'll do the thing where one's on the cart and one you got to download.
That too. No, this makes a lot of sense. However, I don't like we got to say it's just a rumor.
Right.
Because until they announce it at any time, they could just be like, nah, forget it. We don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's never official. Don't get your hopes up until Nintendo says, we're going to do this. Yeah. And then they got to keep their promise, except in some cases where they just cancel the game entirely.
Yeah.
Max Goodrich says, what if Link's Awakening Remake is bundled with those 3 Zelda games to make it worth $60? That's a lot.
Yeah. Unless they do like a complete collection of Zelda games, which I don't think they're going to do.
They could do Link's Awakening and then slap in A Link to the Past for the Switch. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I feel like in that case, they would just, do the Link's Awakening and then, the original version of that game is like unlockable.
True.
I feel like that's something they would do more.
That'd be cool too. Yeah. But also, if A Link to the Past was a digital download that came for free with Link's Awakening, then why would it be on the Best Buy website at all?
Yeah.
That's a mistake, you know?
Tragic Toast with $5. Xenoblade people worked on Breath of the Wild. Rex's suit is a DLC costume for Link. There we go.
Yep. And they're supposedly working on the next Zelda game too.
Yeah.
People who worked on Xenoblade. So that, which makes sense. The game, there's a lot of overlap there.
Yeah. I'm going to show you this because my friend just sent it to me and I can't stop laughing about it.
I wish I was special. And wait,
That's Tom York of Radiohead singing "Creep."
I wish I was special, and then it's Goofy going, "You're so yucking special." That was the best I could do.
That was pretty funny.
Barrickson with $2 says, "This is for Will tweeting that thing you do gif last night.
I did do that.
Here are some presidential flashcards." I don't get it.
Where do you see that?
Yeah, it's a donation.
Oh.
I don't get the presidential flag. Oh, money.
Yeah.
Money. That makes sense. All right, where am I? Espionage Area 51 says past history shows Nintendo averages 2 Zelda titles per console. I'd rather see a sequel of Breath of the Wild or some sort of expansion. I'm like 90% sure we're getting another Zelda game next year or 2 years from now that is going to be in the same engine or vein as Breath of the Wild.
So like a Majora's Mask situation?
Yes.
I could see that.
I'd put money on that. I don't think that this remake of Link's Awakening, or if they port these HD remakes, I don't think those count.
Yeah.
You know, I think the Wii U was just was a short life cycle,
yeah, it
and
got caught at a bad time.
Yeah. So those HD remakes just don't really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count those. Fred says, whoa, was this tweet of the week already? No.
It's just my friend texted me something that I kept trying not to laugh at.
Justin says they got to do something to raise the value of Link's Awakening, in my opinion. I think it would be cool to slop in Wind Waker HD or something like that.
As part of Link's Awakening?
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool.
I feel like...
But I don't think
they're spending all this time to completely remake Link's Awakening. Why take away from that by throwing in a completely unrelated game?
Well, it's reminding me of like what Call of Duty does. With the
I guess, yeah, but that's not really how Nintendo.
They're also
works.
not remakes. They're remasters.
Yeah, like this is a remake.
Well, yeah, they call it a remake, but it's like really not though.
I
like
feel
the Wind Waker one, it's really just like a remaster.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, those are like I would say remasters.
Are they calling them remasters or remakes? Because they look to me like remasters.
I know, like, especially with Wind Waker, they messed around with, like, one of the missions so it's easier. But everything else is pretty much identical.
The Legend of Zelda with the Wind Waker HD is a 2013 action-adventure game for the Wii U developed in... Okay, it is a remastered version of the 2002 GameCube game, The Legend of Zelda. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, remaster. That makes sense. So yeah. Slop it in there, why not? But I don't think Nintendo would do that. They want to sell their games for a premium. Yeah. I think that Link's Awakening is going to be a full $60. It's not going to come with anything. It's going to be a ripoff. But that's Nintendo for you. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
But Nintendo likes to make you pay a premium. So that's just it. TF Soul says, according to the timeline, Link to the Past is right before Link's Awakening.
Yes.
There's like a million timelines.
I think the last official Zelda timeline, it was Link's Awakening before. Mm-hmm. Or Link to the Past before.
Perturder says, has Link's Awakening price been announced? I feel like it's probably going to be more of a $30 to $40 game than a $60 game. I think it looks like a $30 to $40 game.
It should be, but it probably won't be.
I do not think it will be. With Nintendo selling, what's it called? Tropical Freeze for $60 and freaking New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for $60. Those were $50. Or at least one of them was a $50 game for the Wii U. So you're paying more for it on the Switch. So it just doesn't. And those are just straight up ports. So it doesn't seem likely. All right. Well, that's that. So take it all with a grain of salt. You're probably not getting much of this, but wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool? Think about it.
It would be cool.
Hey, Will, you put this here. Official Sega Genesis Mini was announced. I saw this.
Yes, this is the real thing.
So last week we got ourselves, and I'm going to make a video on this, the Analog Mega SG, which is...
It is a Sega Genesis clone console made by Analog. It runs on FPGA chips that basically emulates the Sega Genesis on a hardware level. Mm-hmm. And you put any Sega Genesis game on there, official or unofficial, and it will run it in glorious HD.
That is the Analog Mega
SG. Sega Genesis Mega SG.
And now, like a week after that came out, Sega announced their official one.
Yes. Well, Sega will release the Sega Genesis Mini worldwide on September 19th It will include 40 games, and they've announced 10 of them, and I'll get to those in a minute. Sega made the announcement on stage at Sega Fest 2019, the annual fan event in Tokyo. There it announced games for the Japanese version. Since a few of the games are Japanese only, it stood to reason that the US and European lineups will be different. So again, there are 40 games, and the 10 they announced so far are Alter Beast, Castlevania Bloodlines, Comic Zone, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, Gunstar Heroes, Shining Force, Sonic the Hedgehog, Space Harrier 2, and Toe Jam and Earl. In a separate presentation at Sega Fest, Sega said that M2, the developer behind the Sega Ages series, is creating the software for the device.
Thank God.
Yes.
Because they are great.
Yeah, they are some of the best Genesis emulators around.
The Sega Genesis Classic Collection on the Switch is awesome.
And I think that's M2.
Yeah,
and
said it. They said it.
Well, the Sega Ages. Those are the separate ones.
Oh.
Yeah. But they do both.
Sorry.
What is it? It also said the system will include different region variations for some games. For example, the Mega Drive Mini in Japan will include the US, European, and Japanese versions of Castlevania Bloodlines. It didn't say if the overseas versions of the device would have similarly contain different region variants, but it seems likely. They later confirmed that it will. Okay. So like in the Sega Genesis Classics Collection, you can switch between different regions of different games if there's a significant difference.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So like that means I could play like a Japanese, like if I want to play the Japanese Phantasy Star, I can.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I don't know. It'll probably be the same way it is on Sega Genesis Classics. I know for Streets of Rage, you can play the Japanese version, bare knuckle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I noticed that in the list that's in this Kotaku article, it says Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. That's the only Sonic game.
Well,
then in this picture, it says Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Well, that's for the Mega Drive version in Japan.
So the Japanese, again, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
For now. There are 40 games, and they've only announced 10 so far.
40?
Yeah.
Damn.
They said they were having a hard time picking 30, so they're just like, you know what, let's do 40.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
While Sega was light on details about the Mega Drive Mini in its stage presentation, it did say the 6-button controller would be the same size as the original and that the games would have save anywhere function. The menu music for the device was being composed by legendary Streets of Rage composer Yozu Koshiro, which is totally wild. Their words. While the Japanese version will include the 6-button controller, the US version will ship with 2 3-button Genesis controllers that connect via mini USB.
Why?
That connect to the mini via USB. Original Genesis controllers won't connect. I wonder if, because Retrobit is partnering with Sega to release officially licensed Genesis controllers, original shape and size, in 2 versions. Original Genesis plugs and USB. And those are 6-button. So I wonder if they'll work with this.
Like, you think they're trying to, like, upsell you by getting an accessory?
Basically.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It should be 1 3-button. If they're coming with 2 controllers, it should be 1 3-button and 1 6-button.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're including the 3-button because most of the, like, all the time when they re-release the Genesis or something like that, they include the 6-button. Even stupid-ass AT games included the 6-button.
It should really just be a 6-button.
Yeah.
Not that the 6-button is important.
No,
those top buttons don't really do much.
Well,
but it's just a better controller.
For the games that use them, like, they're very important. Like, if they get Street Fighter on there, you need, like, the 6-button for that.
I mean, it's a game like that. It's way more important.
Yeah.
But that controller is just better. It's smaller. It feels better.
Yeah.
It's great. It feels more like a Super Nintendo controller almost.
In the US, it will retail for $80. It's designed to look like the Model 1 Sega Genesis. The big thing is that it is developed entirely in-house by Sega and M2, and it is not being made in any way, shape, or form by AT Games.
So was AT Games on this project and then taken off?
Yeah.
Thank God.
And Sega's like, actually, no.
So if you don't know, AT Games, Sega has been on the classic console train for years.
Yeah.
They've been doing this way before Nintendo did.
They did it back when like Atari did those Atari flashback mini consoles.
Like I remember walking into Rite Aid and they had them behind the counter.
Yeah.
You know, but they were made by a company called At Games, and they were awful.
Yeah.
The games ran weird. Some of the music was playing at a faster frequency, so they were like they sounded different. It was bizarre. It was super weird. It wasn't the best way to play any of these games by a long shot. But I will. So they've only announced 10 games out of the 40 so far, and this is a pretty decent lineup. There's some weird ones thrown in, but
like I expect Alter Beast and Comic Zone and Sonic and Dr. Robotnik and stupid Echo the Dolphin.
I wouldn't have expected Castlevania Bloodlines.
Yeah, I think that's caught a lot of people by surprise.
I was expecting Sonic.
Yeah. Really, I think the only like shocker is Castlevania.
Yeah, but you know these aren't like the top level Sega Genesis games.
Well, I'd say Gunstar and Sonic are.
Gunstar Heroes is something that I feel like we would say like is one of the best.
More like a cult classic.
Yeah,
game
it's like an inside baseball type. Like this is a great game, but like people who grew up with the Sega Genesis but don't remember much or haven't. It's not like that's not on their radar.
Right.
I don't think. We need some freaking Ninja
Shinobi. Yeah,
3 on here.
Definitely Shinobi. Definitely Streets of Rage. Beyond Oasis, Phantasy Star,
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is going to be a problem.
Oh yeah,
because that never gets ported anymore for some reason. So this is a good collection, but there's still more work to be done here.
Imagine if they got Aladdin on this thing.
The licensed games, that'd be crazy to get the license.
Like,
they're not getting any
Sega
of that.
had a lot of great Disney games, and like Aladdin was the best. And if they got that on there,
there's no way that's gonna happen. Lion King,
the Castle of Illusion series,
Jungle Book. I saw Jungle Book while we were at PAX.
There was a lot of Jungle Book.
Every freaking booth had Jungle Book. So needless to say, we're excited about this. When is it coming out?
September 19th.
So I will be getting it. Can you pre-order it yet?
I think so.
Should we pre-order it?
God, we got so many ways to play Sega Genesis games.
Well, I listen. I'm gonna get it.
Right.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Should I pre-order it?
Hey,
or should I just go get it?
I don't see if there's any harm in pre-ordering it.
They should freaking give it to me.
Yeah, you should see if they can find a Sega.
Nintendo doesn't like me. Sega should love me.
There you go. Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, then I can put that. Then I can get them to fight each other.
Console war.
Yeah.
Wulff Den does what Nintendo don't with Sega.
PJ says maybe if Konami didn't have their head up their ass, a Castlevania game wouldn't have been a surprise on these classic consoles. That's true.
True.
They do have their head up their
Well,
ass.
I think also too, I don't think Castlevania Bloodline was ever like re-released. Ever.
I didn't even know there was a Castlevania game on the Genesis until I read it in that article.
Really?
Yep.
It's one of the better Castlevania games.
I didn't know. I had no idea. No. Thought it was a Nintendo thing until the PlayStation. Hey, we got obscure media over here saying Genesis Aladdin is poop.
Ban him.
He said a much worse word.
Ban him.
Liv W says, I was crazy for the Aladdin game. That would be the dream. There you go. Yeah. What about Lion King?
Lion King people don't like because that stupid monkey mission.
I know.
It's hard, but like the rest of the
hard.
game was very good. Oh, Castlevania Bloodlines is only $60 loose.
Only $60. Yeah. Adriana Frias in the chat says, I want Lion King. That was the only game I played. That's like I feel like that's like a woman thing. Like we were over here playing like Sonic and stuff.
Yeah.
And the girls
like the
that we
Disney games.
knew, they were all about the Disney games.
Well, that's
and
true.
they were great at them. And we were terrible
at
them.
My wife owns Pocahontas for Genesis.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course. I mean, those games were good.
Those games were good.
We're not saying they're
and they were hard as hell.
Yeah.
So it's not like, they're like less than for that.
Yeah.
They were probably better off because Sonic was an easier game than those games.
What we're saying is women are better at video games than men.
Or should be, because
Yeah.
they grew up with that. Or maybe that deterred some of them because they were so hard.
Yeah.
That's also possible. Also, Echo the Dolphin was another really hard game.
Right. But nobody likes Echo the Dolphin.
What? Really?
You don't like Echo the Dolphin.
Since
I don't
when?
Really?
I mean, I don't remember much of Echo the Dolphin. I don't remember taking a hard stand against Echo the Dolphin.
Everybody I know who's ever played Echo the Dolphin agrees that it's not a good game.
Isn't that because it's just really hard?
Yeah, because it's really hard and like obtuse and like you can't get past anywhere. The reason why like everybody owned Echo the Dolphin is because it was one of like the games that like they said, oh, you got to get it if you own a Genesis. So people bought Echo the Dolphin, but it wasn't a good game.
We have it, right?
I don't think we do.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, we don't.
We got every time I go to a retro game store, their Sega Genesis collection is severely lacking.
Yeah, it's
And
very
really
bad.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Still looking for that Shinobi 3. We saw it at PAX, asked the guy, what did he say, $50?
$60.
$60.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I might just have to buy it on Amazon and just roll the dice. Wesley says, dude, I'm a guy, and the Little Mermaid game on NES was pretty damn good, to be honest. Don't knock most of them. I'm not what am I knocking? Did I knock anything?
We're not knocking anything.
I didn't knock anything.
Yeah, we're just saying
we
that
used to play Lion King, Aladdin.
I own a copy of Aladdin.
And I remember playing Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
But it was at our female cousin's house.
Yeah. You can get the box for Shinobi 3 on eBay for $10.
Hey, that's a start.
It's trending for $25.
What, the box?
The box.
Jesus Christ.
The game itself, you're looking to spend like $60.
Somebody send me a copy of friggin' Shinobi 3.
Here we
I really
go.
want it.
Adventures of Batman and Robin and Shinobi 3, good condition. The labels look bad though, and they're $34 for the two of them.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good. Rob64 says Splatterhouse would be cool. I feel like that might be a ratings issue.
Maybe.
Splatterhouse. But that was part of some collection on the Switch.
It might have been like a specific Splatterhouse collection.
No. It was an arcade collection.
Oh. It's Namco.
Oh. No, it can't be Namco Museum. It was in one of those weird collections because I talked about it in my retro games for the Switch video. Wesley says, no, I wasn't saying you knocked them. I meant the other people who do/would just because they're... Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Wesley.
Yeah, Namco Museum for the Switch.
It's on that?
Yeah.
What's it rated?
I don't know.
Namco Museum Nintendo Switch.
It includes Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Tower of Jagora, Spy Kid, Rolling Thunder, Galaga 88, Splatterhouse.
Wow. It's rated T for teen for blood and gore, suggestive themes, and violence.
That's probably all Splatterhouse.
Yeah. It probably would have behooved them to leave Splatterhouse out because of that.
Yeah, it says, due to the violent nature of Splatterhouse, this is the first Namco Museum game to be rated T for teen.
That's crazy. T for teen isn't really like a big deal.
No.
But I remember when I worked at GameStop, this woman was trying to get a game for her son.
Yeah.
And she's like, he wants Call of Duty, but I don't want him to have anything rated M. He's got to have something that's more his age. He was like, I don't know, like 11 or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, well, the kid really wanted like a violent game. He was like, that's stupid, that's dumb, blah, blah, I want blah, blah. And I was like, how about something like Super Smash Brothers? Everybody loves Super Smash Brothers, it's like all Nintendo characters and they're fighting and it's like really cool. And she's like, oh yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And I gave her the game and she's like, this says it's rated T on it. What are you trying to sell me? And I was like, no, it's not like really rated T. So like that's a big deal to some people.
Yeah.
Randall Parker, $2. Genesis Mini right after the Dreamcast 20th B-Day.
Oh yeah.
True. I would love a Dreamcast
Mini.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That's way later when Nintendo busts through the door with their N64 Classic. Nintendo has to figure out how to do a 3D console in a classic collection.
Yeah.
Because Sony tried and failed miserably.
Still, I have no idea how they screwed that up.
JB, thanks for the buck.
Thank you. What was I gonna say? I don't remember.
I don't know, but we're pretty much done with this.
Yeah.
We've talked about Sega for a very long time
Yeah.
now. Hey, Will, Civilization 6
Yes.
is on the Switch.
Neat.
I'm never going to play it,
Me neither.
but it now supports cross-platform saves. This might be the first Switch game with
I think it
cross-platform
is.
saves. I don't know of another one.
Yeah, I can't think of another one.
So you can take your Civilization 6 game from your computer,
Steam specifically.
Steam specifically, and continue playing it on your Switch.
Yeah.
That's insane. So Warframe had like a pseudo cross
Yeah.
save situation, but you can only do it once. You can only
Right.
move it over one time. So that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Civilization just straight up is going to let you bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like. I didn't watch the actual video.
I know Sony tried something similar to this where you can save your game across PS Vita and either PS3 or PS4. And Microsoft is experimenting with it where, where if it's available on Xbox One and Windows 10, you can transfer saves back and forth between that.
Xbox One and Windows 10. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's easy for them.
Yeah. This is the first time Nintendo's done something like this. It's great.
It was on PlayStation. It was called Cross Save, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
The whole reason I bought a Vita was to play Titan Souls
Yeah.
because that was for PlayStation 4 and the Vita, and it supported cross buy and cross save. So you buy it on one, you get it on both, and your save transfers between both.
Yeah.
That was like revolutionary. I was like super stoked for that.
Yeah.
And now the Switch exists, so we don't need any of that anymore. But yeah. Apparently Civilization 6, the video says, link your 2K account to continue your game between Steam and Switch. Base game only, PC version 10.0.314, Nintendo Switch version 1.0.3 or newer. So, straight up, bounce your save between both.
Yeah. Locoman82 Delta says that Minecraft had cross-platform saves. I think it did, but I don't think it's the same way that it's being implemented here. I think it's mostly just like, your stats and your equipment and like your DLC.
Some
stuff.
parts of it,
Yeah,
not
I don't know
the
if
whole
it's like the whole thing. I mean, it might be, but
Hey, Jay Ritchie, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub.
thank you.
Minecraft super needs legit cross.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're getting this. The singularity is still happening with Xbox. Wesley says, I'm reading a lot of Wesley here for some reason. Honestly, Nintendo and Sony should make a 3D console with a stream service for those games. I guess he's talking about the N64.
Yeah.
Would be great for playing and emulating them instead of having to pirate or the like. A lot of people don't want a streaming service. Like the NES games on Switch Online.
Yeah.
People are really upset about that because they want to be able to buy them individually.
Right. And I understand that.
I understand it to a degree, but
Yeah.
I think that I wouldn't buy all 30 games.
No, you would
I
only
would probably buy like one or two.
you would only
know?
the ones you actually want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I get all of them.
Yeah.
For something that I would have paid for anyway.
Yeah.
So like, why not?
Yeah.
Paterter says more games need this. The Switch is the perfect companion to PC. I absolutely agree.
Yes.
But again, like I loved it on my PlayStation 4 and my Vita, but now I don't need two separate consoles. I just need the one because the Switch fills the void completely. But then there are people who play on PC, so I completely understand. Austin Bench gave us $2 and said, "My dudes."
My man. Locoman82 comes back and says, your worlds and stuff can be transferred as long as they don't have console exclusive stuff like Mario mashup textures and skins.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's good. So then Minecraft has something very similar.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna see this more and more on the Switch, and it's great. I think people are starting to wise up, or starting to see the potential there. All right, Will. We also got this thing going on over here. PDP is making a new controller, and this one's a big deal because it has a headphone jack in it. Whoa!
What madness is this? Who would think to do something so silly as put a headphone jack in a controller?
The problem is it's wired.
Oh,
It's a wired controller. It's a freaking USB wired controller.
Yeah.
PDP says, when we set out to make the new Face Off Deluxe Plus audio into the ultimate third-party controller for the Nintendo Switch, we focused on elite performance and customization and enabling more opportunities for in-game chat. We worked with the industry leaders at Vivox, to offer the best chat experience possible, and now we're helping them get the word out to developers. Vivox is the company that made the dev kit for voice chat in games like
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Fallout. I don't know. Fortnite and I think Warframe.
Yeah.
So, right now, Nintendo games on the Switch require you to use an app on your phone.
Yes, the Switch Online app.
Yes, which is horrible.
Everybody
then you
hates
need
it.
to have a headset plugged into your phone, and you're not getting game sounds out of there. So what, you need two pairs of headsets if you want to hear game sounds? It's really stupid. Other multiplayer games like Fortnite and Warframe allow you to just plug a headphone jack into the Switch, which is awesome.
Yes.
But if you might be far away from your TV, you're going to need a really long extension cable. That could be a problem. Finally, we're getting a headphone jack in a controller. This is how Microsoft and Sony get around having to plug a headset into the console itself. You just plug it into the freaking controller. Well, it's such an easy and simple solution.
Because I have a launched Xbox One, so that controller doesn't have a headphone jack.
Right.
You have to use their proprietary headphones, or you get an adapter to plug in regular headphones. Eventually, they revised it because Don Matrick left and Phil Spencer came in. And he's like, "That's all stupid. I'm gonna fix Xbox," and he did.
Yeah, that was one of the many flubs Microsoft had at the launch of the Xbox One. So gladly happily they fixed that. Nintendo is still living in the past without a headphone jack in the freaking.
Yeah.
At least put it in the Pro controller. There's no reason why it can't just be in the Pro controller.
I'm sure
I understand the Joy-Con.
I feel like there's a way they could put it in the Joy-Con grip. At least the one that charges.
In the charging grip. Fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you'd have to pay a premium for that.
Well, understandable.
It's not going to come with the console because the Joy-Cons are so tiny. But yeah, there's no reason why not to have it in the Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, the problem is it's still wired.
Yeah.
Hopefully this wire is really long.
Most wires are like 10 feet now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's fine.
And this isn't going to work for every game.
Right.
You're going to hear game sounds in every game, I assume.
Yeah.
But voice chat, if you have a microphone in your headset, it's not going to work for every game.
This is a very specific use case. But I feel like for people who would use a controller like this is a godsend to them.
Yes.
So
if you're playing Fortnite on your Switch and you want to play with friends, this is all. You need this. You need something.
Yeah.
Or you have to play it portably.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Which is not ideal.
Yeah. So. Where are we? PJ Langon says Reggie will probably bust out the big guns for his retirement. At least I hope he will.
Reggie
big guns.
just comes out and he's like, "Yo, every F-Zero on the Switch, every Metroid on the Switch, Mother 3 finally coming to America. We're calling it Earthbound 2."
Seth Morrow says new controller with a headphone jack. Oh my god, too bad Switch still doesn't support Bluetooth headphones. No, you need like a little stupid adapter.
Yeah. And I've seen some that plug into the headphone jack and some that plug into the USB-C port.
All of them are stupid.
Yeah.
I've been offered a lot of them, and I just don't like wireless audio situations.
Well, I know you don't.
And I don't really like wearing headphones unless I really have to.
Right.
If I do, I wear earbuds. So I try to stay away from audio, like stuff, like gaming stuff.
Yeah.
And even like when I worked at GameStop, everybody wanted a Turtle Beach headset for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted Turtle Beach. It had to be a Turtle Beach headset. Even though there was many other options, it had the Turtle Beach name was in everybody's brain.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I wear freaking Sennheiser headphones. They're great.
Yeah.
Or Audio Technica or Shure. Like, you don't need all this gaming. Because, like, the gaming stuff is more expensive.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound as good.
Well,
But you do need a headset.
Yeah.
I mean, you do need a mic.
Right.
But not all the time. You
Yeah.
don't need a mic all the time. Where are we here? Trying to read the chat, see if anybody else has anything good. George Collins says, if Nintendo Xbox Alliance becomes real, Switch joins Xbox Live servers, Xbox GP gets NES Online, Switch gets own. Is that Game Pass? Game Pass with Halo, War 1 and 2, Spartan Assault. I would not get your hopes up. That's like very wishful thinking. I don't. Nintendo would never put their stuff on another platform.
Yeah.
You're lucky you got it on mobile.
Yeah,
to be completely honest.
It's. I mean, I think the best you're gonna get is like Microsoft games on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't want to put their stuff anywhere else.
That said, I still want that GoldenEye HD.
Yeah.
The two of you play nice.
Eric Henley, I don't like Turtle Beach headsets. You can hear the slightest breath you take. I don't like noise canceling over-the-ear headphones.
What, like the ones that, like the Sennheisers you have? They're not noise canceling, but like that.
They are noise canceling.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or I think they are anyway.
That's,
I used to play the drums with them, so they blocked out the drums.
okay.
so
they have
like,
noise canceling. Usually, like they're battery powered, and they have some sort of like electronics.
Oh, they weren't active noise canceling.
Okay.
Those are like you think of the Bose ones.
Yeah, the Bose ones that everybody has now.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not getting them because they're $400.
When you put headphones on and then you hear like a like it's like you're putting on a seashell on both ears like that. I don't like that. After a while, it gets like sweaty and the
Audio Technicas I have are like that.
I just get a pressure on the top of my head. I don't like being touched that much.
I have the cheapest Audio Technicas you can get, and they're not noise canceling, but they sound great. I wear them on planes and I can still hear everything. So
the Audio Technicas, that's like the industry standard.
Yeah.
I don't know how cheap the ones you have are, but like the $100 ones.
They're like the MX-30s, which is like the lowest you can go.
I don't know. I only know like the $100 ones. Those are like the ones that everybody gets.
Yeah.
Steppenroot with $5. Love the channel. Excited to watch Shazam tonight after I close my theater. Is that out?
Friday.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it this weekend.
You're the worst.
I know.
You have a comic book channel.
I know. I've been very busy.
Did you get Avengers tickets?
I did. I was going to wait.
Are you seeing it opening day?
No, that's Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I was going to wait, but I was at lunch with my coworkers yesterday and we were talking about it. So I just went on Atom Tickets my one coworker was trying to buy them on the spot through Fandango, but the app kept crashing. So I went through Atom Tickets and just went to see.
Heard of that.
You never heard of Atom Tickets?
No.
They're like a competitor, but they offer more features. Anyway, not the point. So I'm looking through and I see Avengers 12 o'clock on Saturday. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Let me get seats. And it's like the entire back row was filled. It's a smaller theater, so like the middle is like close to the screen, but it's still the middle. So I just grabbed 2 tickets for that and just bought them. Didn't even consult my wife.
Yeah, that's
like,
the way
you gotta do it.
I woke up at like 4 in the afternoon because I was up all night making a video.
Yeah.
And I woke up to everybody, Avengers tickets. I was like, ah! So I tried to get as many as I could for whichever one I can get.
Yeah.
And then my one friend was complaining because he wanted it at a specific theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you complaining? It's the freaking, it's the apocalypse right now.
Yeah.
We have to just get whatever we can
what
get.
You can.
And then I ended up finding them for that theater, but I wanted to get 6 tickets. Just that was the number I had in my head. I don't know who's going. I just bought a bunch of tickets.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to come can come. But it was 3 and 3 on 2 ends. So I just bought them. And then today I was having lunch with everybody, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, I bought Avengers tickets. You're welcome, everybody." Yeah. Nobody even thanked me or said anything. Yeah. I was like, "I don't even know who's going. I just bought tickets for nobody." And my one friend's like, "Oh, I'm going to this theater." I was like, "What do you mean? I bought them. You were the one who said you wanted to go to this theater." So I lost my goddamn mind.
That's why I don't go to the movies with my friends anymore.
No. So if anybody wants to see Avengers with me, I got tickets. You could just claim them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never even finished this tweet. This super chat. Shazam video got me hyped. Love both aspects of the channel. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Steppenroot, for supporting both aspects of our channel.
Yes, because remember, there are 2 of us.
Because everybody at PAX, first of all, I'm the Wulff Den.
Yes, just him.
Second of all, I get a lot of I watch your gaming videos on your channel.
Yeah,
not so much the other stuff. A lot of people are very open about that.
Yeah, which I get.
Listen, you can just watch whatever you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch everything. We got a lot of stuff going on.
We do.
Here.
We had too much stuff going on.
Then we got Sean Barrett with $2 saying, "Take my YouTube Premium money, well deserved." Thank you, Sean.
We will take your
Tell
money
me how
and
you did that.
Spend it on drugs.
I'm gonna read Alexier with $2 says, "Just got YouTube Premium money. Wish to give more." Thank you.
Thank you.
And then your best friend.
My best buddy, LKM Cherokee. Hey, Will, thoughts on Green Lantern 6, Justice League 21, also thoughts on Shazam 4, Martian Manhunter 4, Flash 67, and Detective Comics 1000. So most of those are from last week when I specifically told them I'm not going to have time to read any of them. Mm-hmm. The only one of those I read is Detective.
Why did you go to the comic book store while we were in
To pick
Boston?
up Detective.
Okay.
Yeah, because the only book I honestly cared about that week was Detective 1000. And it was very good. It's an anthology series, so it's just, different creators from over the years telling Batman stories about Batman, celebrating Batman's 1000th issue of Detective and 80 years of Batman. Batman is great. I wish Batman was in the new Joker movie, but he's not. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not excited for the new Joker movie, because it's not enough Batman. I really like Batman. And Green Lantern and Justice League came out this week, and they were fine, I guess.
So we had a story on here about friggin' Twitter said something like, "Who do you want to see in Smash?" And then like Microsoft tweeted like a GIF of Master Chief.
Yeah.
That's not a story, so I just deleted it. Now we're gonna talk about the Joker trailer.
Okay.
The actual movie, the Joker, not the character.
Yeah.
In Smash Brothers.
This is Joker, a movie about the DC Comics book character, the Joker, and I put all of that in quotes, starring Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker and directed by Todd Phillips, who made the Hangover trilogy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So it looks good, like as a movie.
Yes.
I don't see. Here's a problem that I think is a greater issue with comic book movies or comic book media or just nerd media in general.
Yeah.
Is that we get an idea in our heads of what a character's supposed to be like.
Right.
And then if the representation isn't exactly the way that we feel like it should be,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
I feel like that's not just comic books, but like in general. I think that was a big reason why people didn't like The Last Jedi. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. So things like that.
And I wish, and I know if I like saying this, people are gonna be like, it's not true. I totally allow artists to do whatever they want with their franchises, but that's you're not like that. Everybody gets disappointed at some point or another.
You may think you do, and there might be examples where you do like when an artist takes a wild new take on a character. Like I love Nolan's Batman trilogy, and that's a radically different take on what Batman typically is. It's much more realistic. It's much less fantastical than traditionally, but it's great, and it's one of the best representations of Batman ever put on screen.
Or the Dark Knight, the Frank Miller comic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's
that's super different. That's not a Batman anybody's seen, especially at the time. That's super weird, but it worked and people liked it.
Yeah.
It's a huge risk being a creator and taking a beloved IP and doing something wacky with it,
Yeah.
It's a huge risk that you're taking.
Yeah.
But fans take ownership of these characters, and if it's not what they want, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
You have to give people what they want, whether you want to or not. Another problem that I see in this movie is how do you take somebody or like a character that's a villain that you're not supposed to like and make him relatable but not.
Yeah.
You have to keep him at arm's length.
The protagonist of this movie is a bad person.
Yeah. Like he's going to commit atrocities. How do you make it so that you can't you don't relate to those those atrocities?
Like a character like the Joker has for 80 years been a character that you're not supposed. He's just an unbridled representation of chaos and crime and evil.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to like stick with him for 2 hours and basically learn why he became that way and sympathize with him. But that changes the Joker. That's not the Joker anymore.
Yeah.
Even something like Batman 89, where we see him as a human, like as a regular person before he becomes the Joker. He's still a criminal. He's still a bad person. He just becomes a worse person. Or even that stupid ass TV show Gotham, which you all know I hate Gotham. Even that showed the Joker as a bad person who became a worse person. And then made his brother a worse person, and his brother is actually the Joker. That show is stupid.
So, the only thing that sticks out in my mind of a character that you sympathize with, that you're like rooting for, and then everything changes, and you're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Spoilers for The Last of Us. You're rooting for Joel the whole time. You're on Joel's side. You're like, this guy's awesome. He's doing everything right. And then at the very end, you're like, stop. What are you doing? This is weird. You don't do this. I don't agree with this at all. But I still love the game. You know?
Yeah.
I could see that working in a situation like this. But you really need to make sure that it's very clear that what is happening is not okay.
Yeah.
Because this guy is going to commit atrocities.
Yeah.
There should be genocide.
Yeah.
And you want to make, there's going to be a protagonist committing genocide.
Yeah.
Like, that's not okay.
Another example I would say is like, and this might not be a good example, but Darth Vader.
Yes.
If you follow his story, he like starts as like a nice little kid who over the years is trying to like be good and be part of this organization, but he's got all these other issues that they're ignoring. And instead of like helping them with it, they just basically allow him to fester until he finally succumbs to evil. I mean, yes, the prequel trilogy is what it is, but at least that showed how a person can go from good to bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, his descent from grace, you know, was a big descent.
And it's very clear that his genocide was not okay.
Yeah.
And you were like appalled by it. But you had other protagonists to play off of.
Right.
In this, and we probably will, but it's not clear.
That's another thing, because it's been said that Bruce Wayne is in this, but he's a child.
Yep.
And I guess what my problem is I cannot wrap my head around the idea of a Joker movie where Batman isn't in it at all. Because yes, you can do Batman stories without the Joker, but the Joker only exists because of Batman.
Right.
In all representations, he is the exact opposite of Batman. He only comes about because Batman is there in the first place. To remove Batman from the equation, then that's not the Joker anymore.
Right.
He's just a crazy clown. And at that point, why bother? Well, I know why you're using the license, because people will go see a movie about the Joker. But it's a waste of the license because it's not the same character then.
Arc Geek in the chat over here says it's almost directly from the comics. Failed comedian snaps, one bad day. That's
okay. So yes, he's referring to Alan Moore's seminal work, The Killing Joke, where that was a flashback to the Joker's. He was a failed comic and he had one bad day and he became the Joker. However, this has been retconned several times by several different writers. There were, the only thing that's ever consistent is that he was the Red Hood before he became the Joker. In the New 52, he was just a straight-up criminal who was always the Red Hood. In, I think it was Lovers and Mad Men, he was a lowly gangster trying to make his way, and then he became the Red Hood. And even in the Killing Joke himself, the Joker says, if I'm going to have an origin, I want it to be multiple choice. See, even he doesn't really know what his origin is.
I think that's a very important part of the Joker's character, is that you don't know what the hell happened. Yeah,
behind him.
Somebody else in the chat said, it's Joaquin Phoenix, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Our problem is not with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, but I have a friend who said the same thing about Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He's like, Tom Hardy's in Venom, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
Look, just because a good actor is in the movie doesn't mean the movie itself is going to be good.
There's a lot of cooks in that kitchen.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix has made bad movies.
So, I think that this Joker isn't the Joker. He's maybe somebody who influences the Joker.
Right.
Yeah. That would make a lot more sense to me. Because they're making this a character that we don't know that we haven't seen before. You know, we
Yeah.
haven't seen a Joker like this. So it would make a lot more sense if the actual Joker, who is Batman's rival, sees this and is like, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the marketing for it and like the press releases for it have made it clear that it's not the same Joker as the Jared Leto Joker, which exists in a world with a Batman.
Right.
This is like some alternate reality where it's just the Joker, and there doesn't really seem to be any other sort of supernatural or fantastical elements to it. But again, you're removing of like the primary like feature of the Joker, and that is his relationship to Batman.
Yeah.
So it just makes him a different character.
And you're making him too relatable. You're making him too much of a sob story. He's supposed to be a psychopath.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you don't feel sorry for the Joker. You feel sorry for Harley Quinn. You feel sorry for the people around the Joker. You don't feel sorry for the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's weird.
Yeah,
I think as a movie, it looks like very interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be good as a movie, but they're taking a character that we know so well,
yeah,
and you're doing some weird stuff. You know, you're gonna like. There's a reason why we like this character specifically.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre. It's weird. It's almost like making Batman kill people.
yeah,
That's the last story I had.
yeah. I was gonna put that in there, but I didn't know if we were gonna touch upon it.
Well, we
But
did. There you go. Hey, anyway, how about them tweet of the week, Will?
Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week!
I screwed up. I'm all over the place. We have no boxes today. I went to the PO box and we didn't have anything. I was very surprised. This tweet is from Alex Villages on Twitter. It says, "This is fine," and it is the "This is fine" meme, except
It's reversed.
it's a flame that's sitting in the chair, and he's surrounded by dogs.
That's good. I like
That was good. That was great. All right, now is when we talk to you people.
Yes, as always, you can reach us on Twitter using the hashtag Wulff Den Live. If you left a comment on last week's Wulff Den Live, this is the part of the show where we will answer your burning questions as Bob runs away. And of course, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, please feel free to start asking us your questions and comments because we will get to them when we are done with everybody else.
My nose is running after I sneezed. So we do the hashtag first. That's right.
Yes.
We gotta not
gotta-
do all of the hashtags.
Yeah, we got to figure out like a hard stop date. Like if you use the hashtag before like Monday.
The problem is we don't say at the beginning of the show that we take hashtag Wulff Den Live. I'm gonna
Right.
make like a little marquee that has that. So you know, people are gonna like start doing it now,
yeah.
which is fine. But we're not gonna read all of them.
Right.
But anyway, Trep says why Nintendo doesn't like you.
Oh, I guess he's asking why.
Oh, because I said it in my video.
Yeah.
So I've applied for the ambassador program a couple times, which is their program where they like give you games to preview and stuff.
Yeah.
And whatnot. They denied me the first time, and the second time they like super denied me. So like
yeah.
they're not on board with the Wulff Den for some reason. Probably because I'm very abrasive and I curse sometimes.
Yes.
Or I bleep out curses.
Yeah. You know who probably wouldn't have a problem with that?
Brand.
Sega.
Sega would not
Yeah.
have a problem with that. So, Nintendo doesn't like me. But other companies do. Like people who like publish games on the Switch do. So I hung out with them at
Yeah.
PAX. Screw you, Nintendo. Uncertain Sound also just sent the tweet of PDP with the controller. Mike Forte says, good options.
Opinions.
Good opinions, bad opinions. Wait for a Wulff Den Live tonight.
That's in reference to me because I had tweeted about because I tweeted out my video about Shazam, and I said it couldn't make it about the Joker trailer because, it came out today. But I said, I got opinions on it. And he's asking if they're good opinions. Bad opinions. And we talked about it.
They were both.
2 minutes ago. Yes.
John Prentice says, "Hey guys, I know that you aren't super into fighting games, but how are those fight sticks you had in your video a while back holding up? I've been trying to get into fighting games, but longevity versus price is a concern of mine. Also, favorite Mortal Kombat character." I haven't been using them, so I don't think I'm a good gauge of
I'm
how
a casual.
those
If
are.
I play a fighting game, I just use the standard controller. I'm not going out there and like finding joysticks and buttons and crap. Favorite Mortal Kombat character?
Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
That's too.
I like the boring. I'm really into
vanilla.
like the way they've been depicting Johnny Cage though in the last 3 games. He's just so stupid.
I used to like my favorite character back in the day was Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
I liked the cowboy guy they had in the last game.
Oh, Aaron Black.
Yeah,
he was just straight up a cowboy.
Yeah. I also like Noob Saibot.
Yeah. Who's the original Sub-Zero but dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
liked Kun Jin from the last game. I don't know if he's in the new one. I saw a video with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I knew this about him, but he was talking about it again. The first thing he ever like bought with his acting money when he was a child actor was a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet.
Oh.
And he was like a master at it. And he said anytime I tried to play on like a home console, I sucked because I had to use the controller and I need like a fight stick.
Oh.
So we got to hook up with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and send him some fight sticks.
So Uncertain Sound sent this meme over here, and it's a seagull, and it says, "Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels come to Switch." Hey Bob, inhales. Did you know Super Mario Brothers 2 is really Japanese game we're talking about? Yep.
Never get old.
Never gets old. But also never
But
get
also
old.
never get old.
Fart, I understand why you are unhappy. Nintendo prices their ports at $60, but since the Wii U sold so poorly, this is the first time a lot of people are playing them.
I mean, that's
true, but
true.
that doesn't excuse the ports being $60.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a good excuse.
I know, it's not a good excuse, but I guess this is their way of saying, like, if first you don't succeed, try again.
Brandon says, "Hey, Will, can I be your new boss?"
No.
Is he your actual boss?
No.
Okay. Uncertain Sound also said, "No, you get one." Squall says, "If you could choose an era of Sonic the Hedgehog to adapt to film, which would it be and why, and not just classic Sonic?"
So I thought this out. I think you can do a really great Sonic the Hedgehog movie trilogy.
Okay. Trilogy.
Yeah.
Let's not go that far.
Follow me here. Follow
All
me
right.
here.
Follow me.
It would be, you keep the modern design of Sonic. Keep them consistent with the modern games. Movie 1 would be based on Sonic 3. Movie
Okay.
2 would be based on Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
Movie 3 would be based on Sonic CD. And I think that's a very good,
You gotta do Sonic CD before Sonic Adventure, don't you?
I mean, if you want to go that route, yeah. But I feel like what better way to cap off the trilogy than with a big epic time travel movie?
Yeah, time travel, because then you can go back. That's
Yeah.
true.
So
I just think Sonic Adventure is like the perfect thing to make a movie out
I
of,
feel like
because it's such an epic.
starting with Sonic 3 because you don't really need an introduction to Sonic and Tails, or like if you do, you can do that real quick. But you introduce Knuckles as like this, meathead rival who eventually becomes a friend, and you can technically do the Sonic 1 and 2 story again because they're very similar. And Sonic 3 is basically just Robotnik starting up the Death Egg again. So
I think you could do a hodgepodge of Sonic 3 with some adventure elements, like throw Amy in there,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But Sonic Adventure 2 is like such like a grandiose story.
definitely,
Like that would make a great movie.
yeah.
But I mean, listen, the story's not great, but
Yeah.
it could be.
There are
it could be
elements to a good live action movie in there.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, was that even his question? What was even his question? If you could choose an era, Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
I want that to be a movie of some sort. The comics do some cool stuff.
The comics do some weird stuff.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I haven't been reading a lot of IDW's Sonic the Hedgehog, but I know they're like much more restrained than what Archie was doing.
All right, that's it for the hashtag. Hard
Yes.
stop on the hashtag. Last week's Wulff Den Live, we got Fortnite sucks. I won't buy a Nintendo console without it having been hacked and have CFW because Nintendo lacks basic features and CFW and Homebrew usually make the Switch have basic features and make it good enough. It's sad that Homebrew devs are better at making features than Nintendo.
CFW, short for custom firmware. I did not just look that up.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I did look that up.
I don't know, man. I think Nintendo makes great games, and I want to
Yeah.
play those games. In order to do that, you need their consoles. So
Yeah. So
that's just how it is.
yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of devices like MacBooks or like
Yeah.
iPhones like that. Homebrew is just better, but
To an extent.
yeah, I don't necessarily need it.
Yeah. I'm sure like if I jailbreak my iPhone, I'll get like all these features that I'll never use. So
True. Christoph Skalaski. I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah.
Don't you think that Steven Spielberg being opposed to movie streaming is kind of like gamers who say game streaming is going to definitely flop and physical is the only way to go? I don't know about that. I can see some similarities between them, although I'm also not entirely on board with game streaming too. Not yet, at least. As wise man Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, you're going to find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view.
Obi-Wan did say that.
I think Steven Spielberg being opposed to movie streaming would be like a game dev saying that streamed games aren't the same as regular games.
Right.
That's what it's like. It's not like a gamer having a
Yeah.
problem with it. It's more like a person who makes games being all pretentious and be like, oh,
Yeah.
well, the streamed game
streaming
isn't the same.
streaming games aren't real games, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
It's similar to saying like iPhone games aren't real games.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
It's just like that. The thing with streaming games, like, I think we talked about this when we talked about Stadia. I'm not opposed to the idea. I just don't see how it can work in this day and age with the way the internet is set up in this country.
I think there's going to be problems for sure, but I think it's the same way that movies are went.
Yeah.
Like it's just whatever's the easiest way to get games in people's homes.
Yeah.
That's where the market's going to gravitate towards. So it's got a lot of potentials. Game streaming, I think.
It does, but I personally, I don't think we're there yet.
Right.
So, and I feel like if you want to do streaming now, you need to have the option to buy it physically or download it to the console.
Right. So, EPS 5000. Netflix originals shouldn't be called TV shows in the first place. They stream over the internet. If they are TV shows, then so is Wulff Den. It's so stupid. It's not TV. I mean, listen.
If you watch this on your TV,
I think it's stupid how Netflix kind of still structures their content around antiquated TV stuff.
what do you mean?
Like 20-minute episodes or like 40-minute episodes.
They do. Some of them do go a bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
I'm watching Umbrella Academy right now. Some of those are like a hard hour.
it's cool that they just drop them all at once, like a
Yeah.
whole season at once. Like that's new and cool.
That's how they're changing the structure, is because it's not like, even serialized television. If you missed an episode, they still try to find ways to like keep you afloat with everything. With Netflix, it's a hard one to the next, to the next, to the next. It's like one continuous story.
Right.
So, they're changing the game in that respect, but they still adhere to a lot of the old TV format.
I mean, they should just be called streaming shows. They
Yeah.
shouldn't be called TV shows. They
Yeah.
should be called streaming shows. And in that case, we are a streaming show.
Yes.
And we are.
Yeah.
Why aren't we?
I know.
Listen, my last video was almost 20 minutes long, and I
Yeah.
put a commercial break in the middle. So
Yeah.
that's a damn TV show if I ever done seen one, or a streaming show. Marcus Aurelius
Aurelius.
says, saved, I like mine better. Saved states will benefit developers even if broken states is found, in my opinion. I'm a software tester, and that broken state could be used by developers to better debug the software. That's interesting. It's more difficult to find bugs currently if someone says, oh, I found one, but there's no way to repeat or create it in-house. That is very true.
Yes.
So we're talking about how in Stadia you can cut out a slice of a game and let other people play it. So that would be a way to find bugs. That's interesting. Juan Rodriguez says, dude, Polka Dot Stingray rules. But that's another thing. So
Yeah.
I told you to listen to Polka Dot Stingray.
And I forgot to.
They have their new album on Spotify. It's not on Google Plus. And also Eve, which is another really good band, has their new album on Spotify and not Google Play. So I'm getting upset now.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says Polka Dot Stingray rules. Bob, you got to check out Tricot and Jess no Kiwame. Otame. I'm going to say that all again. Jess no Kiwame Otame.
Wouldn't it be Guess No?
Maybe, but there's a space.
Guessu No?
A lot of times you leave the "oo" out when there's an S before it. If it's at the end, if there's a "su" at the end, it's usually just like. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna put those in a new tab right now. They both very good. The matches are classic band. That's disappointing that he's calling them classic. But I did go to their 10-year album reunion. The matches are a classic band. I have the Warped Tour 2004 DVD with their performance. That's how I heard about them. Will, much respect for the AFI and Sugar Ray is actually dope. Full skate punk gems. So if you really want to date me, I played a show with the matches before they were signed at the Calvary Lutheran Church here on Long Island. I was either in middle school or like ninth grade.
Yeah, you were like 15, not even.
And they got... they played their show and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But then they got banned from the Calvary because somebody in their group threw a carton of milk into traffic. But yeah, I too have the Wulff Den, the Warped Tour 2004 CD, which has a lot of the music from the Burnout soundtrack.
Yes.
And the matches are one of them.
Yes.
Anyway, the last one from last week is Out of the Blue. Oh, wait, this is Puck 3001. Out of the blue, I decided to get a Switch, purchased it yesterday. You've become my go-to Switch info before and after my purchase. Also, given me the confidence to get a third-party controller like the 8-Bit do. Congratulations, Puck. Welcome. All right, now we're in this week's.
Yes. We had 2 super chats.
All right, we got one over here from... we got a bunch, actually. We got... All right. Joshua Pacheco with $2 separate dollars. Thank you.
Thank you.
Exo Fragio with $2. Which controller would be best to play Cuphead? I'm going to say the 8-Bit do SN30 Pro.
Yeah, because the D-pad is right where it needs to be.
Yeah, but I don't know what other buttons you need for Cuphead. I forgot. It's been like 2 years since I played it. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be great for that. Mm-hmm. I think you need the bumpers or something. And it has shoulder buttons, so it's not a problem. Yeah. But I just don't know. I haven't played it with Cuphead, so I don't want to say like for sure that that's the controller. But it's probably going to be the best controller for that. Witcher Bruce B74 with $5 says, if the Best Buy leaks are true, when do you think we will get Metroid Prime Trilogy? I just think we're getting it regardless of what Best Buy says. I think
feel
that's
like
something
that would be sometime in the second half of the year. Like they would announce it at E3 and it'll probably be like a holiday release.
I think that's the next Nintendo Direct. They're gonna be like, guess what, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I don't know, middle to third quarter. I think. Something like that. Leonard Ford with $1.
Leonard Ford.
Whatever. Jacob Fleming with $2. Chances GameCube or N64 games come to the Switch in 2019. I don't know about GameCube.
Yeah. I don't know about N64.
I don't know about it. I think Super Nintendo. Yes. I think we're definitely
Super Nintendo will be this year.
Yeah, but we should be getting GameCube. That's been rumored since before the Switch came out.
And Tengu Gemini with $2. Have you guys imported any physical Switch games?
No.
Did you import your controller?
Yes, I imported the red Mario Odyssey Joy-Cons. Yes. And right after I got them, they came to the States. Yeah. So that was useless. Mm-hmm. I also don't play physical Switch games. So if I wanted to import a game, I would probably just download it off of the Japanese eShop. But localization's been great, so I haven't really wanted anything. All right, now we're actually in the chat.
Yeah.
Silicon Finite says, you have the baby or no? Anyway, Star Wolf says, that shouldn't be something you leak. They should go to a doctor, but with acceptance of gaming slang, answer my worship.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
Oh, he's like earlier. I joined. What games did Best Buy leak?
Oh, ha ha ha!
Little late.
Scroll back.
Yeah.
YouTube has DVR.
Golden
Golden Gibson says, "Don't know if you talked about this, but any thoughts on Star Wars 1313 rumors saying it may be released after all? Is there any truth to this? I'm gonna say get your hopes way low.
Yeah, I doubt that highly.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way Disney is even thinking about releasing a rated M Star Wars game.
No. And even if they were to bust it down to T, I doubt they would even want to release that game. They want to, like, remember, EA is in control of the Star Wars license, and they are doing dick with it. So.
Luke Antone says, "Hey Bob, did you see that your art of Captain Falcon was in the most recent Game Theory video about using fan art in videos?" I did.
Was it Captain Falcon or was it the Sonic one?
Apparently there was two.
Oh, I saw the Sonic one.
Yeah, I watched the video, didn't see it.
Yeah.
But people send me screenshots. I appreciate it. That is courtesy of Dan Seibert,
Yes.
who's a friend of ours, and he edits Game Theory, and also his fiance Alyssa Be Crazy,
Yeah.
who is an artist. She was looking for art, and she asked me for art for a Game Theory video, and I said, "Absolutely, here you go. Have whatever you want." I think it's funny that the video is about like how like they don't want to use fan art in videos, but then they used a bunch of fan art in the video, but they credited everybody, so that's like not a problem. Lizdrin says, "Bob, if we see Avengers together, can we hold hands?" No, only if you get us popcorn. Peter Online says, "Hey guys, just found out MKBHD will be judging my senior design expo. What do? What? Where's that?
Yeah. We need more information.
That's awesome."
Yeah. Cyclone Finite. Bobby Boy, aren't you afraid in 10 years from now you won't be able to play your non-physical games? I worry.
No, because I keep them all on my SD card. If you're going to download your games and you're worried about archiving them, do not delete them.
Yeah.
And then you will have them forever.
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna just disappear off the SD card, when like 10 years from now. Like the Wii U Virtual Console and eShop.
I hope you download all of them.
And we could still play our games that we downloaded.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Once you delete them, you won't be able to download them again.
Yeah.
But.
So just make sure you have a giant SD card. And it's expensive to do it like that.
Yeah.
But it's way more convenient.
Yeah.
Brent says, "Wow, Bob, you wear Nike AF 1s? I thought you was both Van guys for sure." What does that mean?
No, these are cons.
I just got these. I'm glad everybody is complimenting. What is this? It's freaking... The black's coming off already. This is less than a week old. I like to get my Nikes custom because I'm a big shot. No, I like the gum soles. So I like to get whatever Nikes... Or even, I don't oppose Adidas. Adidas have good shoes.
Yeah.
But I like to throw a gum sole on to make it look more like retro.
I forgot what the name of this. I've been getting the Converse with the Lunarlon soles in them. They're like much more cushioned and comfortable.
Oh, on the inside, yeah.
On the inside, yeah. And they're Nike design, so they're much comfortable. But Converse doesn't make shoes with that insole anymore. And I'm really upset because Converse made good, inexpensive shoes. So I think I might have to do what you did.
Well, these, the gum sole has nothing to do with the comfort. It's just, I just like the look of that. Did I say Wii U Virtual Console? Because I meant Wii.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Wii.
Yeah.
Fred says, "So Will, when are you taking those One Piece volumes off your shelf from your videos to read? LMAFO." It's like way too late for that.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if you know this, but I have a lot more comics on that shelf that I also haven't read.
Kyle says, "Bob, if you could have one franchise from another platform come to the Switch, what would it be?" One? Are we talking for a new game or a friggin' port? What's something that I want to play that I don't because it's not on the Switch?
That's a lot of games.
I want a new Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
which is like never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll say that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something else that I'm not thinking of. I mean, the only other games that I play are like Apex Legends.
Yeah.
I would have loved to play Sekiro on my Switch instead of on my freaking Xbox.
Yeah.
Hey, Leonard, thanks for the $1.
And Resi Gun, thanks for the $1.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Connor says, if I heard some say Halo 1 and 2 coming, maybe. I don't know.
He asked before, what are your thoughts on the idea of Halo coming to the Switch?
Oh. I mean, that'd be awesome.
It would be awesome.
I'd be down to play
and
that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft did it, but that probably will be far down the road because that's their baby.
And streamed.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get that as like a
Unless it's like the
game.
original.
I can't fathom going to the eShop and downloading Halo.
Yeah.
I can fathom going to the eShop, downloading Project xCloud, and then playing.
Well, I can picture downloading like the original Xbox version of Halo.
I don't know.
And maybe like Halo 4.
That's bizarre.
But not like the Xbox One version of those games.
That's freaking me out.
I know. PJ Lagone, have you guys seen or heard of the Motley Crue biopic on Netflix? It was good, but not accurate. What do you think of all these biopics coming out of the woodwork? I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that good. No biopics are really accurate. The Queen biopic was very inaccurate. I think, it's currently a trend. Music biopics are a long-running trend, even before Bohemian Rhapsody. They're easy to do, even if, especially if you have the original artists on board. And there's a set formula that they all follow, so they just copy that for the most part. Patrick Willems, YouTuber Patrick Willems, did an excellent video essay on music biopics and just runs through like why they're all the same, the multitude of problems with them, why the Dewey Cox movie Walk Hard basically ruined biopics forever.
Why? It's such
because
a good movie.
It's a parody of the formula, but it nailed the parody so well that every biopic that comes out after it just feels like it's ripping off Dewey Cox. So
My favorite. You know what? I don't think I've ever even seen that movie.
Yeah.
I've only seen parts of it, and they're so good.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, you ain't no part of this shit. And then he's just smoking weed.
Yeah.
And he's like, but what? He's like, it's got no side effects. You don't want any part of this. Anyway, Van Man, what are your thoughts on Super Paper Mario? I like it. I think it's great. I think it'd be great to see more. I think that everybody who wants a freaking Super Mario RPG is stupid, and they should just play this game.
Well, it's not that they want a Super Mario RPG. They want Super Mario RPG 2 developed by Square.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, really, it's the Mario and Luigi games that have taken that formula. So it's those games that those people should be playing.
Yeah.
But I put it in the same vein as like people who are like, oh, like 6 years ago, people were like, we need a new Crash Bandicoot game. Just say we're not getting a new Crash Bandicoot. It's like, dude, you just got one for the Xbox and you didn't like it.
Yeah.
You've been getting Crash games and you've been getting Banjo-Kazooie games. You just stopped playing them because they weren't good.
We got Banjo-Kazooie game, and it wasn't good.
Yeah. So, like, people just forgot about those games. And then we're like, oh, I need these games now. So, like, I feel like that's the same thing with Super Mario RPGs. Like, you got games that could quench your thirst for your Super Mario RPG. You're just not looking in the right spot, So, whatever.
Yeah. Travis Myers with $2. Thank you.
David Jew. It's non-habit forming. Where are we? Frank asks, Bob and Will, you decide on a nickname for your Wulff Den fans. Might I suggest calling us Wolfettes? My little babies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call you. How do you like it?
Now we got people talking about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Did you see the video about the horrible editing?
Yes.
That was a great video.
Yeah.
That was very bad editing in that one scene. I haven't seen the movie. You saw it.
Yeah.
Did you notice it while you were watching?
Yeah. That and like there was a couple other scenes with like really bad editing. Jonathan Ottman, the editor of it, basically said, like, I did the best I could.
So he admits that
Yeah.
there's like problems.
There are, look, I'll be the first to tell you.
You know what? He's allowed to do that because he won an award for it.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe that's why he got the award, because he had to deal with...
That's what they said. Yeah, like maybe he got the award because he just did the best he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I enjoyed the movie, but I know there's a lot of significant issues with it.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. Fred says the Meeps. There you go. That's your names.
Yeah, you're all the Meeps.
You know what I think had really bad editing while I watched it?
What?
Wonder Woman.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us.
I mean, we are done. If you have any other things you want to read here.
No, let's get this off before I punch you in the dick.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us as always. Wulff Den Live is every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on youtube.com/WulffDen. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put it up as an archive version on Thursday for you to watch on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you can do that as well. We are also an audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Only those four at the current time, because I keep getting asked about Spotify. If you listen to us on any of those platforms, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us, because that helps us with placement on those respective stores.
Guys, thank you for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow on twitch.tv/WulffDen. It will probably be Smash Brothers. So come on down over there.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a new... I don't know if I should say this because then I'll have to do it. But there should be a new backlog episode this weekend.
What?
Yeah, and maybe... Or next weekend, but probably this weekend. Because we filmed some at PAX.
We did. Filmed 3 episodes, so you're getting a little mini season.
Yeah, this is like a little mini season. This is like a little extra, DVD extras.
This is like the Christmas special, but nowhere near Christmas.
Yeah, so keep your eyes open for that, and I will see you later. Oh, we're going to be at Long Island Retro Game Expo. We can announce that now.
Woo! Yes.
We'll be at Long Island Retro
The
Game Expo.
hometown heroes are going to the hometown convention.
I think it's in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be there. Mm-hmm. We'll have a little talk. So if you're from New York or Long Island, hang out with us.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I wonder if I could turn the stream off.
Okay, I hope so.